request.
Yep.
Is that not Apple compatible?
It should be all set now. I changed it over
I
the
just
week.
did a minute ago.
We're good? Okay. Good evening and welcome to the Litchfield Recreation Commission meeting for tonight, August 12th, 2025. We'll start with a call to order. I've got member Andy Ruggles,
Present.
member Steve Weber,
Present.
member Jeff Town.
Present.
I'm the head chair, Chris Burns, I'm present, and secretary Justin Brunel.
Present.
Judy Brennan has informed me she'll be about 15 minutes late. And absent with notification is Peter Ames, and we'll see if Bob rolls in at some point. So now I'll ask everybody to please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You're also for tonight with the form you sent back.
Yeah.
Let me figure that one out. Yeah, no, it should be. I did it fine on mine.
Thank you. Now we'll move to the approval of minutes for the last meeting, which was actually July 22nd. Did everybody have a chance to review those minutes? I wasn't here and I did not see them.
I don't know if they came in, actually.
I reviewed them. They're on the portal.
They're on the portal.
I sent you guys over the week.
I haven't had a chance to look at them.
Hey, how about you, Justin?
Approve those minutes. Bob?
Hey.
Everybody a chance to take a peek at them. I said I was not here for that meeting, so we abstaining.
I'll make a motion to accept them. I reviewed them.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody.
I'll second.
Okay. You guys a second, any changes or edits you see? Did you see anything, Justin? Nope.
No changes needed.
Everything looks reasonable to me.
Looks good, okay. So we have a motion, we have a second.
What's up?
How about you?
You sitting in tonight?
All those in favor?
It says confidential.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstains?
I'm an aye.
You're an aye? Okay, so passes,
I wasn't there, I have to abstain, sorry.
you abstained?
I have to, yeah, because I
Okay.
wasn't there.
So then it passes, 402. Yep.
3-0. 4-0.
402.
402, yeah.
Now we will open up public input. Guessing folks are all here for field requests? Okay. So unless there's any public input, we'll close public input. And we'll move on to facility and field requests. So we're gonna change up the format a little bit and go by facility. So we'll start with Sawmill. First up, we have the Healthy Kids Running Series. They have a request for Sundays only, starting September 14th through October 19th from 4 PM to 6 PM. You folks, the Healthy Kids Running, you wanna come up and?
What were the dates?
14th to the
The
9th.
14th through the 19th.
October.
Yeah,
October.
September through October, 19. Yeah, from 4 to 6 PM. Alright, so just, if you wanna just state your name and just tell us a little bit about the event. Yeah.
My name's Sarah Hilson.
I'm Katie Spires.
Healthy Kids Running Series is a nonprofit running series for kids aged 2 through high school. And we run 5 weeks, and it's a cross-country inspired races. And as the kids age up, the distance gets longer. So our youngest kids run a 50-yard dash. Middle school runs a mile. If we ever have any high school runners, they run 2 miles. And then there's distances in between there for the ages in between there.
Okay?
Yep.
Do we have any questions for either one? No? Alright, well, I know you guys have been,
That's on the outside, right, a Sawmill? So don't-
We know we run down the middle of it too, because that's like our finish line area. So all of the races run.
It's like down the middle side, like if if you may, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of to the right. So like there's been kids that have played soccer on the upper left-hand corner, like practicing, but they always stop when the milers go around because the little kids don't go anywhere near that side of the field. It's just the milers and the half milers that go around the whole thing. Like the rest of the kids just kind of go like this, or they just run in a straight line, if that makes sense.
okay.
'Cause they're really little, most of them.
How has Sawmill worked out for you since you moved from Roy Memorial?
Way better.
Great.
Way better?
Yeah.
So it worked out well?
It
Good.
did.
So much better,
Yes.
yes. So much better. You can see the kids the whole time, which is nice.
Yep.
Cause that like half mile and mile, some of those guys, the half mile kids are a little bit young and they go around the building before. So
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
parent, there's just that like sinking feeling when you can't see your kid for, you know?
Yep.
You just don't know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just nice to be able to keep eyes on them.
We do have an additional request from soccer, which is starting this week, the 17th through November 10th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., but only for Field 1. Do we foresee any conflict with that?
It's fine, no, Sundays I can adjust the games though, that's why I was asking times.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. All right. Any other questions or feedback? No?
Sounds good.
All right. Well,
I'll make a motion to approve
We can't.
Healthy Kids Running.
okay.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Passes 6-0-0.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you to soccer for being flexible too.
Thank you so much, Brian.
All right, up next, we have a request from soccer, Litchfield Youth Soccer for Field 1. Sunday and Saturdays, starting the 17th of August through November 10th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Is this just a traditional rec league?
Yeah, this should,
Yeah.
no, this should be Monday through Friday, right? And then
It
Saturdays,
says-
Sundays.
says
also.
Sunday
Sunday
through
through
Saturday.
Saturday, it says.
Yeah, the request.
Sunday through
Sunday
Saturday.
through
Yeah,
Saturday.
sorry, Sunday through Saturday,
whole
not
week?
Saturday and Sunday, yeah. So the full week, so.
Yeah.
Full week.
is that
4 to 8 during the week
17th
and
to-
then,
And I assume Saturday and
Saturday.
Sunday, yeah, that's all day.
yeah.
So Saturday and Sunday would be all day?
Yeah,
Yep.
Sunday is, again, it would just be mornings, and especially with the running, so I can get the
Okay.
games in before their times.
Okay.
So I think when we put that in the calendar, we'll just put till 3:30 or something
Yeah.
like that, just so there's.
All right, so Monday through Monday through Friday, 4 to 8, Saturday all day, Sunday
Till 3:30.
till 3:30. Got it.
I'll make a motion to approve soccer's request.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? Passes 6-0-0.
And I'm sure we have the COI and everything else, right? We always do.
So, I
COI?
sent you, hold on, COI expires on 9/1/25, I sent you a note.
And that's generally when we get the new one, so as soon as that comes in, it'll be forwarded to you.
Yep.
I also sent an email, to Justin about Tabernacle, and I don't know if you heard anything back
I
from them.
did, so they're
Yes,
on,
they're
they're
on here as
on with a request today. I talked to Pastor Mike, he is not gonna be in attendance, he can be in attendance next one if we need him to be, but he wasn't able to make it tonight.
Yeah, so just so you're aware, their request is Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 3 p.m. to 5:30, Field
Monday,
1 and 2.
I'm sorry, Monday, Tuesday,
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
Nothing on Wednesday.
and what time?
3 to 5:30, Fields 1 and 2. So obviously that'd be a conflict with you folks.
Well, the fields aren't really like numbered, I mean, I think you have them numbered, but they change like every season, so. But my question for him was, does he intend to line the field?
So he had not gotten back to me on that yet.
Okay,
And Brian, he gave 7 dates, September 9, 16, 25,
wait a minute, say it again?
September 9, 16, 25, in October 2, 3, 14, 21, 24.
Guessing those are Saturdays?
Those are
maybe?
other game days, so,
For Tabernacle.
for Tabernacle, yeah.
And what he did say to me,
Brian, I
when-
just sent that to you.
Sent what?
Sent you that schedule.
All right, thank you.
what he did say was he would be flexible around whatever you guys needed, he could move some of those days.
Well, again, the point is, we don't need an 11v11 field.
Yeah,
He does.
correct. He was requesting both fields.
I'm not sure what both fields. He only used an 11v11. Where does
That's
he,
what he requested.
He
for
requested 2
field two.
fields.
what size?
It doesn't
Doesn't
say,
say,
it just
just
says Field
says
1 and 2.
He called them Field 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Can we put Brian in touch with him? That makes sense, does that make more sense?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
Because it worked out last year for you guys, right?
yeah,
Together?
well, Mike Boschke used to,
Mike
be
did it.
the middle person.
Yeah. But you seem to have no conflicts last year, based on what you know?
No, but he only had one field. I'm not,
Yeah, depends on what he's considered
Yeah,
one, too.
Yeah.
I'll connect with them and then I'll get back with you.
yeah, and like I said, I gave him my,
Yeah.
pass my number on to him if need be.
Yeah, but you're willing to work with him on his requests based on the way we're communicating.
Yeah, again, I'm not gonna be using that field, it's just a matter of who's gonna be lining it. And again, if I line it, there's gonna be costs incurred, so,
Just for the record, his game dates of the 19th, 16th, and 25th for September and October 2nd, 3rd, 14th, 21st, and 24th
yeah.
are all weeknights that he's requested for.
Yeah, again, I won't be using that field anyway. All right, so I had a couple other things. I talked to Kevin Brown, and I told him I was coming to this meeting anyway this evening. And he said for me to ask you to put in a work request for a couple of things.
Sure.
And they're minor, and I'd already went over with him, but he said, you know, they still have to put in a request. As you go into the entrance of the circle, they're starting to develop like a pothole, so he just needs to fill it in with some kind of packed dirt or something.
In the circle itself or in the
No,
driveway?
right before, there's a couple of barriers right before you get to it.
Okay. Beyond the,
Yeah,
beyond the
it's-
gate area?
Yeah, no, before the gate area.
Okay.
But he knows where it is, cause he knows what it is. Then there's, 4 posts with concrete on them that I asked him if he could remove, but he's gonna need his bucket truck. And there's also, I don't know what the thing was, it must've been used to drag the fields to begin with, to flatten up, to grade them. So it's like this big metal pole with like
Yep.
chains, you know what I'm talking about?
It's a weighted drag, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm sure it's got some value to somebody, but again, he will need his backhoe to get it out of there. And the last is, 'cause I guess he's waiting for the rest of the sports to let him know where they want the concrete pad for the, porta potties.
That's still an open item for us.
What's that?
That's still an open item for us.
Okay,
Yeah, we have to get everybody on the same thing, he'll pour all the pads for us.
right. But I pegged mine about 3 months
Oh,
ago.
yeah.
Just be nice. So he's waiting to get them all done, so hopefully that's something that we can get going on.
Bob, do you know when his summer hire's over? It's gonna be soon, right?
It's gonna be towards the end of the month, yeah.
To do it with
Yeah.
the summer hire, so it's
So within
something
the
we
next
probably
couple
should do in
weeks.
the next 2
We
weeks.
decided ours right where they are,
Yeah, did you mark them?
so, no, well, the porta potties are sitting on them.
And he's even willing just to go out and put them where he believes they should be, if everybody's in agreement with that. I mean, I don't think anybody's porta potty's gonna go too far from where it is right now. The only one I can think of, Andy, is maybe down by Schaefer Field. Get it
Yeah.
off the top of the hill and put it back down by the shed, where it used to be.
Yeah.
Where it can't get pushed,
Well, it'll be chained.
chain, but still,
So-
that's a tough spot for it.
Yeah. Down like almost against that fence where the opening is.
Yeah, remember the shed that's
that
at the
spot.
first field 1? We used to put it
Yeah.
right next to it.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a few things I need to reach out to Kevin on myself, so I'll put that in.
All right, awesome. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Have a
Thanks,
good night.
Brian.
Thanks.
All right, so the next request is Campbell High School varsity girls requesting one field, Tuesdays only.
No, just that day.
Oh, just
20
Tuesday, the
Just
21st.
Tuesday, the
All
21st.
right, from 4 PM to 5:30.
Yeah.
So again, that's a little bit of a conflict with the rec league.
No, I'm sorry, what was
Tuesday.
that again?
Tuesday, the
21.
21st,
4 to 5:30.
October 21st.
4 to 5:30?
Yep.
Again, it's a field I'm not using, they use the 11 to 11
Okay.
also.
So then that would be a conflict with
Nope.
Tabernacle, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because the Tabernacle's using the same day.
Yeah, and they have a game that night as well.
That's on one of the dates?
In the hierarchy, I think Tabernacle would fall ahead of the school, correct?
Tabernacle? Private.
Is it private? Okay,
So Campbell High
Campbell
School,
would take
fall
priority
fall
over.
first. Yeah,
okay. All right, so, and they had,
because this,
these,
the high school's town,
these
Tabernacle is.
requests are in order that they were received, correct?
They're in order of the
They're in
way
order.
we were received.
Another
Yeah.
town.
Yeah.
Okay, and we received this request before the Tabernacle request as well, so. So I'll take a motion to approve the varsity girls Campbell team on the 21st from 4 to 5:30.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
We need to revisit the Tabernacle request.
We haven't approved
We
the
haven't-
Tabernacle
Oh, we haven't
request
did
yet.
get there,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that came in last.
Just read it already.
Anything else?
Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstains, passes 7-0. And the last one for Sawmill is the Tabernacle Christian School, 2 fields. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Fridays. It doesn't have a start or end date on here, but I'm guessing it's probably starting this week, right, if it's 9th?
I can tell
We
you.
do need to check with him on the two field thing,
Yeah, I'm
because
sorry,
there's not
September.
two.
So it's
full-size
8/25 is the start date.
But do the two fields together.
Says 8/25.
8/25
That's
to
what I'm
9/24.
trying to
get it
Or excuse me, 10/24.
Do we have any
I'll
idea
reach
how
out
we
to
number
Tim.
them?
What's that?
Do we have any idea how we number them?
No, that's how it is on the request. It's field, it says field 1, field 2.
Says east and west.
I'm wondering, do they have a boys and a girls program both playing at the same time?
Don't believe so.
I'm reaching out to him now, so I'll
Okay.
let you know, but I think we just table it.
Let's
move
table it.
through and then.
Yeah, and talk to him about the 21st.
Yeah. Cause so I mean, we have one more meeting before that date anyways, so if we can't get him to respond, then we'll just table it.
Because even if there'd only be one full-size field striped anyway, right, Brian?
But we'd have to strike, or he'd have to strike.
So. This is sawmill, but again,
Yeah.
it changes all the time.
Yeah,
You know, so
But
it's
those
like,
are the options.
right, like right now I have a field going this way, and for him, the 11 would have gone this way.
Yeah.
You know, so they're not really numbered. I think at one time they were numbered, but I don't go by that, so.
Yeah, you change it to reduce wear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the last thing I have, because I'd forgotten about that. So the middle of the field right now, if you're coming in, and the first third is fine, but the next third needs work. And I don't know if you can get a quote from Ryan Lane, because it's something the soccer league, depending on the quote, could probably, take care of.
What type of work?
I don't know if it's disease, but it's like a lot of the grass is between weeds and like not there. Yeah, it's pretty bad right in that one section.
I can reach out and
Yeah,
ask.
would you mind reaching out
Yeah,
to
Yeah.
of course.
Brian?
I'm certain he's aware of it,
Yeah.
because they're down there all the time anyway, but, and like I said, if he can supply you with a quote as far as what it's gonna need to get that back, and the way I set the fields up for the fall, we weren't utilizing that space, so.
So it's kind of.
Is that field 1 or 2?
They know it's 3, Bob.
Well, I know he does do an overseed every fall.
Yeah, and I don't know if an overseed will just take care of it.
It's possible because, like, I know recently at Jeff Lane at Bassett Fields,
Yeah,
he had a ground wire go bad on him, so it killed one whole zone.
Yeah.
And we had an area like that, and he said it'll come right
yeah,
back.
I don't know if it's just like,
Something like that, or.
yeah, I think it might be something else.
Could be a disease of some sort.
What's that?
Disease of some sort?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll reach out to him. I'll get.
All right.
get to the bottom of it.
and like I said, just let me know like what the quote is, if he
Yeah.
does quote you, or if he just says like, just normal seed will take care of it, I don't know.
Okay. Yep.
So I figured we'd stay off it, and if you can get it fixed, then we'll have it for the spring.
Sure.
Excellent.
Brian, do you
Great.
want to stay for Innis, so we can?
Sure.
Cause you have one
Might as
more.
well stick around.
One more.
Got anything to do tonight?
request. We're just going by field.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright. Alright, so yeah, so moving on to Innis, so we've agreed to table the tabernacle request, for the next meeting, due to a no-show and scheduling conflicts. So Innis, we have, rec soccer, requesting 2 fields, Sunday through Saturday, 8:17 to 11:10, 4 to 8. So same request.
yeah.
Take a motion to approve that.
So made.
Second.
Any discussion? Alright, hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Passes 7-0. There is an additional request from.
That's gonna be
Flag
removed. That's me.
Football? That's gotta be removed?
Yeah, I'll remove that. Brian, same timeframes, 4 to 8 Monday through Friday, all
Yep.
day Saturday, 7 to 3:30 Sunday? Or-
Sunday is actually later, because I don't think they can start playing till 11 on
Okay,
Sundays.
so 11 to 6?
No, same thing on Sundays, I would say the window would be like
11 to 3?
11 to 3.
Thank you.
You say something about flag football down there, or?
Yeah, so I removed the request, or, yeah, we're gonna do it at, on the baseball fields at Campbell, so we'll be all set.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
So that closes Innes Field. We'll move on to Roy Memorial Park.
That's not mine.
It can be if you want it.
All right.
Thank you.
Good night, Brian.
We'll call you if we need you.
So first request is from LGSL, fields 1, 2, and 3, Sunday through Saturday, starting September 1st through November 30th, 8 AM to 8 PM.
So just a blanket fall ball.
It is,
request.
yeah. Mike Marzelli, how's everybody doing tonight? Like to be able to retroactively adjust that once we get the schedule. We're looking at minimum 5 teams across 4 age groups in the fall. So that can vary. That's probably gonna blow us off our usual just Wednesday night, so we're gonna leave at least one other practice night. And then we have 2 10U teams who are gonna practice twice. And then as we saw in the spring, the game schedule is all over the place. So hope to have an idea of exactly what it looks like by the beginning of the month. That's when the scheduler is supposed to be back by around Labor Day, in which point we can retroactively come back and be real specific about it. The majority of our use is, during the week is gonna be 5 o'clock and later, but we do potentially have a 1-12U team returning from St. Francis that likes to practice in the afternoon, so they'd be looking for one field around 3:30. I know middle school soccer also uses it during that time. Usually we can work that out. I know their goal positioning has a little bit of variability, so if they could do the best they can to not put it right on top of our infield, then, you know, we can usually work even if they're there. But if they have games and things like that, we can
Earlier
tell.
in the summer, or end of spring, we had a discussion of, board discussion at a meeting, feeling pretty strongly that sports should be played at the fields they're intended for. So our goal is to get lacrosse and soccer over at the lacrosse and soccer fields, especially like when it's softball season, and then softball is in full swing, and a sport that field isn't made for, kind of.
I can't
interferes
tell
with
you how
that
much I
move. So,
appreciate.
and that's why we made Sawmill Park, because Roy Memorial Park was just way overused. So that's something that the board had discussed a couple months ago and was in favor of, and then it also relieves wear and tear on parts of the field that we wouldn't have to maintain.
That would be
So,
fantastic, and I know I speak for our board in saying that we'd really appreciate that. We certainly want to be good partners, and I know, you know, partnering with us has been difficult in the past just because of the variability of our schedule, but at the same time, it's our only dedicated facility in town, and we're really trying to grow the program to be using all 3 fields all the time, so that's really helpful.
Well, if softball had decided when they put up the 3 fields that they wanted to pay for fencing too, like some of the baseball fields and everything, it wouldn't even be a possibility for them to play there because it wouldn't be large enough. Softball never went through, it's expensive for whatever reasons and use the temporary ones, but if you had put up the metal fences, they wouldn't even be able to play there anyway, because that's not something that could be moved to accommodate a soccer field.
We are interested in looking at some of these field improvements in the future. You know, we've raised a significant amount of money in the last couple of years, as I know Chris and Steve know. Expanding the field 3 and looking at potential expansions to the fencing and the backstop is something that's very much in the forefront of our mind.
Yep.
Obviously, we want to work within the parameters of the town and the park, but that's, you know, we've made a lot of money and we want to put it back into the town and the girls, so that's definitely something that we're looking to do.
When do you expect to have your schedule?
I would love to say by right after Labor Day. They're using an automated schedule this year, and so they're hoping to get it out quicker. Usually last year, I think we started around the 2nd week in September with the schedule out the 1st week, but that's out of our control. Weeknight practice schedule, we can nail down in the next 2 weeks, and then really we just need to wait for the crosstown schedule to come out, and that will release the game schedule for all the rest of our teams.
Yeah, when Zach stopped doing it, it was a big hurt.
It was.
He was
Yeah.
really good at it.
And there've been a lot of cooks in the kitchen over the last
Yep.
couple seasons, but that's where they're going to, a scheduling system. We'll see how it goes.
Sounds like a
But-
farm.
And hopefully we just don't get the rain.
Hopefully it
that
gets
we got.
back as good as when Zach had it.
Any other questions, comments?
So the request 8 AM, 8 PM, Sunday through Saturdays, right?
And I will retroactively
Yep. Yep.
clarify ASAP.
Take motion?
All approved? So moved?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, passes 7-0.
Appreciate you all, thank you.
When the schedule comes out.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Next request is
Granite State Elite.
Grand State Elite, club softball for
West
Roman
Haven
Memorial
from-
Park, 2 fields, Saturday and Sunday, 10-4 and 10-5, 7 AM to 7 PM. Excuse me.
I feel like we're gonna have to wait on this one.
I've already worked it out with LGSL.
Okay, so.
Yeah, Mike's 100% in, yeah,
Okay.
we're working in conjunction with
Put that in
LGSL,
the
we're gonna be kicking back funds to them. Why Granite State Elite is a for-profit organization, this is just gonna be a fundraiser for the 12U team to pay for tournament and travel costs. So we're gonna host a tournament in conjunction with LGSL. LGSL's on board with it for those 2 dates, and he's already gonna make sure that their games are played elsewhere that weekend. And Mike's gonna actually be part of it, helping me run it.
Yeah, you put that in the email when you
Yep.
sent it.
Sorry. I didn't
That's okay,
see that.
Yeah, so he's good with that.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve Granite State Elite's request as noted.
The COI ends September 1st, so I'll send you a new one on that. And as I ran tournaments in the past, we'll make sure trash is taken care of, porta potties, all the stuff that we've done in the past.
So again, that would be subject to the field, to the facility,
Yep.
fee,
Yep.
which I believe if there's Litchfield girls involved, I think it's $50 per field,
Per day, yeah,
per, well, no, I think it's per field per game.
per day.
Per day.
Per day.
It is per
Yeah,
day.
per day, because we never put in the hour stipulation.
Okay, we never updated.
We decided not
No, I
to do
think we
it per
decided
hours,
not.
Oh,
I
not
think
to,
it was
okay,
just,
alright.
I think it
Per
was
day.
just the per day.
per day, so
Okay.
we'll be paying that fee also.
Okay,
So I'll send that into Karen.
yep. Do you have the form? I can send it over if you need it.
You can send it to me, that'd be great.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second?
Updated one?
Oh, he
You
seconded.
motion, no, you didn't.
I motion.
You motion?
Bob just seconded.
All right, any other feedback? No, all right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained?
Aye.
All right, passes 6-0-1. And the next one is from Litchfield Middle School Soccer. One field, or really the outfields, Monday through Friday, starting September 25th through, I'm sorry, that's August 25th, through November 1st, 2:15 to 5 PM.
No, they're requesting
Sarah sent it to me.
the softball field again, even though we had made that decision. And
Did that a while ago.
the LMS, wasn't the LMS athletic director here in the spring? We had discussion because they were trying to use it for lacrosse,
Yeah, and he was included in the email to come here
Okay.
tonight,
so
but he did not come. And I think
unless
Peter
we
said-
decide we wanna go back on what we decided, but it alleviated kind of overlapping at a field that wasn't to try to keep the sports of the fields they're intended and so that we don't have that overlap of having to put different lines for a different sport on a field that's not intended for. And no one came tonight for, no?
Nobody came, no. I mean, the other, when do the nets come, when do the fences come down?
It's supposed to come down August 1st.
August 1st, okay.
They aren't down yet?
No,
Not that I know of.
Temporary fences you're talking about?
they were there Monday.
Monday, okay.
Yeah.
I'll get with
I
the,
think they've been up and down a couple times though,
They
because
have because the,
I go down there quite a bit to
they've been up and
either
down?
do work at the pond.
yeah, so
or-
what happened was the nets, the fences were originally donated by another club program. They
that's
decided
right.
not
They
to use
took
the fields anymore, so they decided to take them back.
Yeah.
So then LGSL bought their own fences
Okay,
and put them up.
so I have noticed fences up and down while I've been down there and just figured they go up when there's a tournament or something.
Okay, I'll get with them to get those down, because if not, it incurs more maintenance for Ryan Lane when he goes to cut.
Yeah, and we have that, I think, outlined on here. I was looking through.
Yeah,
that.
August 1st is when it's supposed to come down.
Okay,
Yeah. All right, I'll get with them so they can get them down.
So then those wouldn't pose a problem for soccer.
yeah, 14-week period and
Yeah, I
end
mean,
of
if we're,
July.
If we
trying
approve
to
soccer,
set-
those fences have to come down as soon as possible.
we're trying to set the precedent
Yeah.
of,
I know, we had.
That's just
meetings
gonna be
where not
really
allowed
hard to do because we've allowed them to have soccer there for the last 20 years.
Yeah, but
you know?
the director was,
Daniel.
his sports, yeah, was here when we had the conversation in the spring that Then softball would have to take down the fences for a few days and then put them back up, and that, we talked about how Sawmill Park was created for soccer and for lacrosse, and that, instead of having them try to squish a soccer field and saying softball fence is in our way, that we want them to use the fields for what they were intended.
If this gets moved to Sawmillers, are we gonna create
It's gonna be, yeah.
scheduling conflicts?
Yes.
Yes.
Is
Well,
there- yeah,
who's
those-
there at 2?
Nobody's there that early,
Well,
but
technically,
they
yeah.
start at 3 and 4.
Yeah, I
So-
mean, you-
Tabernacle.
Tabernacle starts at 3, they're tabled for now, everything else starts at 4.
LMS would get first preference because
No.
they're, over Tabernacle?
Oh, over Tabernacle, I thought you were, yeah, I thought we were
Yeah.
talking overall.
No.
Yep.
yeah, so the 11-by-11 field that Brian was talking about is available all the time at Sawmill right now based on his requests. So if that's where LMS is willing to go, I mean, technically we could push that towards them.
And that's what the field was made for, instead of trying to extend it over to the side and by the snack shack and,
Yeah.
and I'll be honest, they haven't been good at all about taking care of their trash.
Yeah,
over
we
there.
picked
No.
up a lot of trash.
Yeah.
We picked up folding chairs that were left out there, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, just trash on the ground and even after been reminded.
Where,
And then softball has to pick up their mess.
isn't there a soccer field somewhere over by the schools? No? Didn't LMS have something in the back?
Thought they had one.
They used to play flag football back
They've got
there, I
that
know my
little,
son did.
they've got the area where the leach field is.
Yeah, out in the woods, but it's not big enough for a soccer field.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, you and I looked, it was too small for, well, some modifications a lacrosse field could have fit. So therefore, a soccer
So
field. could fit.
LMS would get priority over
Tabernacle.
Tabernacle, and they said they'd have to rework their busing, but their busing is not recreation or the town's
Right, and it's on
Yeah.
problem, that's where the soccer and lacrosse fields are.
the Tabernacle fall under the fee schedule,
No, because they're nonprofit,
they're nonprofit.
and they do have some Litchfield kids,
Do they?
but because they are a nonprofit, just like St. Francis is a nonprofit, but it sounds like St. Francis became part of LGSL.
Yeah, they blended the two
Softball,
together,
they
they
did
get
that.
enough
Yeah.
12s.
Yeah.
In order to go do
Yeah.
it. It worked out so, because we had a handful of girls in town that wanted to play at 12, but not
Yeah.
enough for a full team, and pulling the two
Well, when
together,
I
it worked
coached
great.
if you went to school at St. Francis, because it was in town, you could play for LGSL.
Yeah.
So,
So it worked out well, they had a
Yeah.
teacher there who wanted to coach, so it all worked out great for her.
Tabernacle's a Christian nonprofit,
Yeah.
Christian or whatever, so they're a nonprofit,
Well,
but they're not a town.
We want to,
I'd ask him to go to Sawmill.
do we wanna table this request and talk to them about going to Sawmill?
Did they reply back to anything about the meeting tonight, saying they did?
Yep.
And someone
they
was
were
gonna be
aware,
here?
yeah, he got it, so.
Okay.
I mean, I'll take it since Peter's not here, and I can just go back to him and say, we can't approve Roy Memorial, but we have Sawmill available
Yeah.
Yeah,
for those dates and times.
Then it's still gonna come back to who's
It's-
gonna incur the cost of marking the field between the two
Yeah,
organizations.
yeah.
so, yeah. The only conflict that could come in is the high school on the
Is that
21st.
10/21st, yeah.
Yeah,
So
just
we'll
that
just
one
tell
day.
them
Have to be
10/21
flexible
we've
about
already
that.
approved.
For
Yeah.
one day.
So if you wanna talk to Dan about that.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, he shouldn't be surprised by that, because he was, I remember him at the meeting, and whoever the lacrosse coach sent, like a representative.
Yep.
Because the coach couldn't make it, yeah.
Right.
I have a feeling that's gonna cause some heartache.
Yeah.
I know, but if the school has an issue with something, that's, I mean, I don't wanna sound like a hard ass, but that's not our problem to solve, it's not the town's problem to solve. If they say, oh, we'll only bus our kids to Roy Memorial Park. Well, if you bus your softball kids there, then, that's fine, cause there's softball fields, but, I mean, if they were asking to play on one of the baseball fields, would that be warmly received, or, LMS is fairly, I don't know much about Brickyard Pond, but they're right down the street from Brickyard, if that works. That doesn't, is that
Technically, or soccer has that already,
is it big enough for
at
11?
2:15?
11 and 11?
4 to
half of
8.
that request, cause it's 4 to 8 is his
Okay, so there's
request.
2:15. I mean, I said before, we're running out of field space and there's not much space available in town even to purchase up
I'd have the
field
conversation.
space.
I'd have the conversation.
But let's
Fill
go,
'em out.
do we feel comfortable with what we said back at the beginning of spring, which is we want softball to play on softball?
Yeah.
Does everybody feel comfortable with that?
I do.
Absolutely.
We created Sawmill for,
Yeah.
just a place for soccer and lacrosse, and, I mean, there's not much we can do if the town sports keep growing. We have the fields we have, we can't magically produce them, and I don't even know how much, if there's land available in town, even if, you know, for us to be able to create another park. There's not that much available space in town. So you know, we're kind of
Yeah.
stuck too. I wish we had space for everybody.
Right.
LMS field back in the woods isn't big enough.
I swear they played
They could do a little, trimming around it, and then
Yeah.
have to level it out, cause it's kinda uneven, but they could definitely turn that into,
Yeah.
wouldn't you say, into a soccer field or a lacrosse? Cause lacrosse is bigger than soccer, right? When we were looking at
Way
Google
bigger.
Earth, that,
Yeah, it was quite a bit bigger.
yeah, it's close, but they're gonna have to give a little TLC to level it out and get kids back there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, 'cause when I
it's
went to school,
definitely
they
doable,
played
probably
soccer
with
back
short
then.
money.
Yeah.
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 I'll take that machine that's down at the Sawmill. All up to LMS and level out the,
We're
let the
comfortable
school
with the
use the
decision
school
we made in
field.
June, and we'll go back to them and say we have a sawmill available if
Yeah.
that's what you wanna go with.
So,
So I will send that off.
so we'll move on now to, Schaefer Park and Bissett Fields. We have a request from baseball, for Bissett Fields 1 and 2, and Schaefer Parks Field 1 and 2, Sunday through Saturday, starting August 18th through October 25th, 8 AM to 8 PM.
I can pare that down once I get, it'll be one practice, or two practices a week, and there's nobody else competing.
Nobody else that uses those fields besides you guys, so.
Yeah.
Feel comfortable with that?
Yep. I'll make a motion to accept it.
I'll second.
Any other conversation? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? Passes 7-0-0. Any, new additions to the agenda?
Yeah, I have two things. After talking to Kim Kleiner yesterday, I just wanna talk about the 2026 budget and then moving forward, how we can handle the CIP. But we could do that at the end, and
I just wanted to, ask about, you had set up the GoFundMe for donations
Yes.
for the fundraiser. I wondered how that is going.
It's a little light, but I haven't heard from Diane yet on when their event is. So I need to reach out to
Ooh,
her.
I think it's soon, because I know the date I'm away for vacation.
Is it? Okay. I can reach out to her
So
and
I wanna
find out
say
when it
towards
is.
the- I know I'm away.
Okay. I'll ping
And
her.
then, the other thing I just wanted to bring up, when we're doing the concrete pads, I'm down at Roy a lot, and I wondered if we wanted to do under the dumpster at the same time. That way it's, you know, in the same spot all the time. It's easier to clean up across, but at some point beyond it, if we moved it and, you know, had a spot for it, that could in the future, a spot there, if we ever wanted to put in like handicap accessible, like 2 spaces, we would have room for it behind it where the grass is. So, you know, when it gets picked up and dumped, if it's on a pad, it's always gonna be in that same spot towards the front and inside. It was just a thought while we're doing the concrete pads. It would be easier to maintain around it with not having grass going, you know, all the way up the sides. And,
And it does get 2 handicap spots further down by the new gate.
yeah, I'm
Which
just
would help
thinking
out.
because that dock is gonna be,
Yep.
it is handicap accessible, that if we ever wanted to put in spots there, or for people to use, you know, go into the basketball or, over on one side of the softball field, cause the entrance to the softball fields, those handicap accessible things are
Those are
really
tough to get
not.
around.
And one of them has, I don't know how it happened, has like a utility pole right in the middle of it.
That's the one on the right, right? When you're
Yeah.
coming through?
Yeah, you can't even like walk through it, and that was the handicap access, and they put a utility pole in the middle of it. So, you know, that's just a thought, cause it's an ideal space and the room is there. for it if we wanted to. We would just have to move the dumpster over maybe a couple feet, and if we put it on the cement pad, it's a lot easier to mow around that area too. Cause I know the concrete's not that expensive, so that was just a thought to think about when we're
Is it
getting ready
worth
to do
moving
that.
it to another location if there are more handicap spots there?
Yeah, it used to be out in the parking lot, but that's when people were dumping rugs and sofas and stuff like that, so it could be,
I mean, I like where it is because I'm planning on talking to John about adding a camera that views the gate and the
Right.
dumpster
Yeah.
for dumping
Yeah.
and for people that might be
but
trying to
I think
drive
even if we moved it, cause it's set back on the grass, we could even move it a little bit closer to Talent and a little bit, you know, if we moved it just a little bit closer in that same spot, would open up that spot, or if there were ever any unloading needing to be done in there.
We just can't block the propane fill.
Put it
Right.
right next
Yeah.
to the propane.
Put it right next to the propane fill.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, they just drag a hose to go fill it.
It was just a thought, well, we're gonna be having that done anyway, and it would kinda neaten up the area, and like I said, right now, you can't really mow right up against it, the dumpster, but if we're on a concrete pad, it's easy to mow
Yeah,
around.
and put the pad right next to the fence for the propane tank. Just put it right on there.
You have to change the amount of monies we allocated for Kevin, but
I don't know if
That's
a
short
pad is-
money,
I don't know if
isn't
a pad is necessary for that, but I like the
No, I
idea of
just thought it
moving
would make it easier to mow and maintain around there, so you can't bring you can't bring the mower right up to the edge of it, but it was just a thought, that's all. But even moving it just a little would leave some
get two
space
spots in
there
down
for-
there.
Yeah, no, I like the idea of having handicap spots down there. That's a good idea. Alright. So moving on to new business, we have, first up, a broken guardrail, at the basketball courts out behind Talent Hall, the Roy Memorial Park. Somebody sent us a picture, it's one of the pressure treated, vertical, planks that go across the little wooden rails there. It looks like it cracked in half, so.
You know, Steve Gannon, I think, mentioned to me that he had a couple pieces left from when Rec put that up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he might have a replacement piece. Do you want me to check with
Yeah,
him?
if you could check with them, definitely. I don't know if those are 2x12s. or
Cause he had
2x8s.
said if we didn't wanna put big stones at the end of the fencing, we could use some of the leftover.
Right.
So I'll check with him, but,
Yeah, if not, I can go down and measure and see what they are.
yeah, I can take a picture and, all right.
Well, they're either 2x12s or 2x10s, I think. But I wanna know how long it is too, and I can price up getting a replacement.
Okay, I'll check first and let you know.
Okay. Next is the field maintenance contract. It's due, it expires at the end of the year, right? End of the season.
So the documents.
Don't we have
are-
a trigger date to start engaging?
Yeah.
Like,
I think
wasn't it
it's like-
July?
July or
To
first
reach
of
out at
August.
least to the provider now to see if they're interested for next year? Do you remember, Andy, how that was written?
It was 3 years.
3 years.
So it's up for,
Renewal, but within that, I thought we said by a certain date, we would
Yeah, there
reach
was
out
a-
to the.
He was at our last meeting.
Was it?
Okay.
There was a
Yes.
there was a workflow posted on the page that said July meeting, non-public, first meeting of August, negotiate with vendor, terminate contract. First meeting of September, award contract, or
Yep.
select award contract.
Do you wanna reach out to him when you talk to him about the other thing down at Sawmill to see where he's at?
See if he's interested to continue, and
Yeah, cause this is year
if,
two,
what would the
right?
price point be?
No,
No,
this is year
Oh,
three.
this is year three?
have to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
have to
because
go do it.
Ryan was here and he did tell us to expect the pricing to go up.
Alright,
Yep.
Gave us some suggestions last meeting, one of them being the, like, brush hogging and mowing at the river access.
Yeah, if
Which
you wanna
we
try to
own
keep
a brush
costs.
hog with conservation. That's something that, the brush hogging at Dara, conservation, I went through the things. Our parks is happening twice a year. And we share the cost of the brush hog with conservation, and it seems like twice a year, that might be something that we can probably maintain ourselves and get off the contract to try to save the town a little money.
yeah,
I know conservation does it over at River Access.
Yep.
And we're paying it for just twice a year, but at multiple parks, but we have that piece of equipment, so if we can find a way to. And he really sounded like the Roy Memorial, the River Access was don't wanna say a waste of our money, but that we really didn't need to be doing that piece. And when we talked about the memorial, that the grass was covered, the whole John Bryant thing, and that we needed to make sure that that plaque and everything stayed maintained. It's not like we have a league there or something to maintain it. You had mentioned something,
Yeah.
Jeff, about some kind of ground cover that's not gonna grow high or something, so it
Yeah.
doesn't require
We just
maintenance. Cause you couldn't even see it
dig out what's
at one
there
point
and
this
put
summer.
a low-growing ground cover that fills in pretty thickly.
And that would, I mean, it's not gonna save us a ton of money, but it's a way to save some money knowing that the costs are going up, but I don't know. I'm not gonna try to run the brush hog, so it's gonna be between you guys, like I said, conservation usually does the river access, whatever's around the softball fields, and I think the baseball fields were listed twice a year. Then, I mean, we have to have someone who's on a board running it. We can't have like LGSL, they're not under
Right.
our insurance.
So in the Jeff
I
Lane,
don't
they do
know how
right
you
down by
guys
the
feel
road, right?
about doing that ourselves since we have the equipment.
You only can go so far, right? Then you have to swell.
Yeah.
It doesn't, I thought the town came through and hit that every so often for us.
He does, he's been doing on the, what's it called, the batting cage side, but on the bottom of the
Majors
downhill
field?
side of it, he can't get, it's too wet.
Too wet, yeah.
You just can't get in.
So I think in the past, the road agent's gone through and cut that down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So Judy, I'm open to that, if, we
I
can-
mean, since it's not something that has to be done every week,
Nope.
No.
but like I said, I'm not gonna try to pull out the brush hog and try to figure out using that, so, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'll do almost anything else.
I'm comfortable doing it, I
Porta
just need to
potty
be shown
duty,
how to-
but,
how it works.
It just seemed like an area we could save
Yeah.
Yeah.
some money, and since we have that equipment and we know that costs are gonna go up, when you have to present to
His
the
contract is
board,
up,
we
we
have
to
to,
go
you know,
back out
we're
to
gonna
bid,
have to
right?
make some,
No,
We can go to him first, give him the first right,
Right.
and then we can go to the selectmen
I
with it.
thought we had to go to bid.
I thought that if he's on Appendix A, the selectmen can go and they can put it upon themselves to say, I'm staying with the incumbent. Bob?
You can always stay with them. You can get, even if you get lower bids.
Yeah.
but do we have
But
to
you
get
can
three
even,
bids?
you can even bypass the purchasing policy.
I would put out an RFP to be safe.
It's our biggest,
Because what happened
I don't
last
think
time
he's in
is,
danger, but
yeah,
the issue we had last time was getting people to respond to it, and my biggest thing is we wanna make sure that we approve it, to get it to the Board of Selectmen to approve it, to get it into their budget before budget season starts.
Yeah.
Budget season starts
now,
first week of October, I think the meetings start.
we just had our first round last night.
That's what I mean, so we have to get ours into your budget, but I mean, when you guys start really engaging with the budget committee is end of September, beginning of October.
Yeah.
So we really need to get it moving pretty quickly.
Fast, yeah.
so.
I have the old one, I can circulate it and
Yeah.
we'll have to talk
Yeah.
about it at the next meeting, get it finalized so we can get it out,
Well, the-
pick our end
the-
date.
Are you talking about this thing here?
The RFP?
No,
No, we had
no, it's a written, it explains,
exactly what we want done.
yeah, it's in,
it's on the,
It's on the
I
portal.
found it in
Yeah,
the
it
portal,
is.
yeah, cause I,
Well, the one I
went and
shared this before me,
highlighted
it's right
that.
here. She sent it to us in an email this weekend.
Okay.
oh, alright.
Kim Kleiner did on Friday or something.
I mean, if you wanna handle that and circulate it,
Yeah,
we'll post it. I mean, we may not get any other responses, but I mean, I'm comfortable with what Ryan has done. I know he's done a great job in the past.
And I personally like
I
the
think-
multiple year deals.
yeah,
I think last year he
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah, it
the
makes it a
lowest.
lot
Or
easier
the
on
last
us.
go around, he wasn't the lowest, I don't believe.
Nope.
He still
No,
was-
we wasn't. As selectmen, we chose to go with it because we knew the quality of work.
Yep, so,
so Andy, right now, all six,
Go
we have
with the
6
lowest.
fields listed for brush hogging. So,
I mean, yeah,
as long as we agree to take over.
I'd say put that in as a line item, as an alternate, the brush hogging. It's a separate, included as a separate line item, and we can always back it out if we need to.
But I think we're gonna have to definitely make some cuts somewhere with budget.
Yeah,
I've
I
watched
think so,
others
too.
present, and we have to, we have to make the effort, and if we bought the equipment in
Yeah.
saying we'll be able to save some money, we just have to make that attempt, and it's not, like I said, it's not like every week mowing, it's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
couple
I
times a
know,
year.
I know Jason had reached out to me, about splitting the cost of the, zero turn mower with conservation to try and make those little mowing jobs a lot
So you don't have to
faster
pull
and
out the
easier
whole tractor.
than the tractor. So I haven't seen anything on that yet. I don't know if he's gone anywhere with that, but
I think the meeting, he might have talked about it, maybe Matt, the chair wasn't there, so he didn't want anybody to act on it, but yeah, they've thrown that out there and that the cost of one of those can save a lot of money with
so,
paying for land maintenance, and
so I
have
mean,
to
if
say,
that's the
they-
case
they
and we
follow
have
up. They have
that,
the equipment, they use it and they get it done.
if that's the case and we have that, then I may even put the, you know, like, the river access, the, area around town hall, maybe add that as an alternate too. Just to try and save what we can.
I'd love to get more highway
Pickleball.
personnel
Pickleball,
and take
too.
care of it that way.
Pickleball too.
More what?
More highway personnel and take care of it
Yeah,
that way.
but
would be
I
the
don't
ultimate
think,
way to
I
go.
don't think Kevin's including that in his budget this year. I
No,
watched
he's
one of
not,
the
but I mean,
meetings
eventually,
and-
that type of mowing should
Yeah,
go on
should
to.
go on.
highway
Yeah, I mean,
department.
you just can't depend on
Volunteers.
volunteers.
No, you can't, that's the thing.
Long term.
Yeah.
But
Because
right
somebody
now,
could do it all the time and then they get
everything would
sick
be
and
overgrown.
can't do it anymore and then.
So
Yeah.
can you write that up for the next meeting?
Sure.
We can approve it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
can I, while you say that, it's been on my mind, so it's kind of a lot on there too, like when we bring up our budget and get donations and make people pay, like I kind of wonder, our volunteer boards, how much time does the budget committee and does the board of selectmen, I'm not attacking you, like how much time do you expect of volunteer boards to maintain buildings and grounds of their own time? We do a lot of repairs ourselves. We do a lot of upkeep ourselves and try to fix what we can, but last year we were kind of like, you gotta have fundraisers or you gotta, it's like, I think we do a lot, and there are some volunteer committees you're on where the majority of your time is just the meetings. Everybody here can say how much time they spend volunteer time maintaining property and fixing property, not just doing a walkthrough, and it kind of leads me to like, how much, do the other boards in town expect of the volunteers? How much time do they think we should be putting into maintaining our own property ourselves and fixing things ourselves, and of our own time? Because you're gonna get to a point where the volunteers are burnt out, and then you get volunteers who don't do it, and then everything looks like crap, kinda. So I think that's just something, when we're looking at budget too, I don't wanna sound like a jerk saying that, but Chris and I have been keeping track of all the leagues and, how much money they have donated and hours they've put in. And you even look at Spirit of Litchfield, the amount of donations they get in gift cards and stuff for their events. The fireworks are totally funded by private donations. It's not like we don't do any of that. Our pickleball project costs taxpayers $0. The dock project costs taxpayers $0. I don't feel like we're trying to nickel and dime them, but is it expected that that us in conservation should be brush hogging our own fields if they're saying, well, there's not enough money in the budget, so do you just let it go? Or do you expect your volunteer boards to, how much time should they have to put into it? And I think we get to the point too where we have to say that. I feel like we have to, this year, we really have to prove how much money we took in as donations or raised funds for events that,
It gets to the point, it's a lot, right? We're at a point now that something has to get done about it. And with the budget committee under the tax cap, it puts them in a really hard position also,
so
right?
if you look at I'm not good about putting every time I go check a property, or like you noticed the black smoke, right? And you took a picture and sent it to us, but you didn't fill in the time you spent looking there and that you went down and checked it out, right? But just at Royal Memorial Park already in August, we have 80 hours of time we have put in there ourselves. Not what softball's done, not anything else. What we have done on our own time, estimated volunteer hours, and that's just Royal Memorial Park. And that's not, like I said, every time I've gone in there and used some nail polish on removing graffiti off a slide, I haven't put it in there. So we all know we've gone down there and done stuff, or walkthroughs that we haven't put in. That's a lot a time. We basically maintain Roy Memorial Park ourselves, other than the grounds. So I just think that's I hate to go off topic, but when we started talking about doing the brush hog and everything, just something we really need to think about, because I think we all do. We're not all there at the same time.
And
but
the other option is just to not do it and let it go.
I
and
know,
then
but that bugs me.
No, it bugs me too, and that's why we do this stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
But people are gonna get burnt out if we're expected to do
Oh, absolutely.
more and more. And our commission's twice a month that we meet. And we manage a building, and we manage fields, so our whole field, facility use thing is a whole other big piece of it, you know?
Yep.
But,
It's the same conversation we had this time last year too.
but I think
See
it
what
needs to
happens.
be made aware of how much time we spend and what we're doing on our own time, in addition to trying to make cuts and raise funds and get things through impact
That's why it's
fees or
important to track
grants.
that. That's why it's important to track that information. Anytime you're
Yeah.
doing something, fill out that.
That way, when
fill
you
out that
go
information.
Sit in
forth, you
front of the puck,
have, you know, softball's put this much, baseball, tens of thousands, you know, probably 40,000 over a few years, you know?
Mission itself put this many hours into
And
it.
Spirit of Litchfield, whatever they put on, they're always out there asking for donations. So it's not, I feel like we're not asking the taxpayers for everything. We are doing it, it's just not known.
All right, so let's move on. We've got, line item C, no parking fire lane signs, $41.97.
Yep,
Can you
so
purchase,
that's for
Judy?
the Newgate area, that's, you approved up to 50, cause you could ahead of time, you gave me prior approval, so I could get them in. And that's what the total came out to.
Okay.
And those, I believe, because the gate was under impact fees, and we didn't use the full amount, that could come out of impact fees, cause it's part of the project. So we do have the signs, we just need to get them up, but that's for reimbursement.
Okay. Yep, so make a motion to reimburse Judy $41.97 out of impact fees for the dock project.
I'll second.
Conversation? All those in favor? Thank you.
Aye. Thanks, Judy.
Abstained?
I'll abstain.
Okay, passes 6-0-1. Thanks, Judy.
Can I vote to pay myself?
Sure.
Ken?
You're welcome.
Should ask Jay that. Next, we've got the ribbon cutting date, for the new dock. It's advertised for the 18th, which is next Monday, 6 PM.
Yeah.
So I wanted to put that out there, that went in the newsletter
And
to
it-
the town.
I know. So, but we couldn't pick a new date, so the thing is that the AARP sign, that we have to have them on there, it's not was, the delivery date was
Okay.
moved forward. I did, before the newsletter went out and before I asked Kim, like, before she gave me the date for the newsletter, I believe I CC'd her too when I did the whole group, and George and, maybe Steve Gannon, cause he was involved.
Sure.
About, we're not gonna be able to do that date, cause we have to have that AARP sign there. That, she might have missed that, so, but I couldn't put anything out to cancel it until we decided on the new date, and once, if we do, it's just one of the requirements that we have to have, and the sign should have been in and wasn't.
When's it supposed to be in?
It was supposed to be in, last week, and then it said, anywhere around the 20th on.
So we
So I'd
need-
like to give it, cause it's a custom, had to be custom.
So we might move that date, or we are moving that date?
Yeah, we do need to move it, cause we're not supposed to have it, the ribbon opening without their acknowledgement on the
We
sign.
wanna wait until we get that sign in.
Or if we could go, we could pick a date in September if we wanted to. We had talked about last time doing a weeknight. I don't know what everybody here would prefer. People tend to be busier with sports,
Yeah, weeknights are,
Yeah.
it was talked about like a 6 o'clock.
7 days a week.
I know, that's what it feels like.
Well, I'm hoping, you know, we can have at least one other rep from recreation there, not
planning
just
on
me.
going. I'm planning on going.
It would be nice to have somebody else at the ribbon company, you know, cutting.
How about Tuesday the 2nd?
Right after Labor Day? Works for me.
Second.
Okay. Tuesday the 2nd.
What time?
Same time, 6 to
6
7:30?
o'clock? Alright, so I'm gonna get that out there, I'll post it, I'll get it out there in multiple ways. Cross Post.
Okay. Yeah, I'm planning on
Yep.
being there, so.
And I can even get that into the September newsletter with Kim, cause that'll come out at the end.
Alright, and then, we've got the last item under new business, the final invoicing for Plaque 16U and 12U. I believe those went out this week, so they should be, closing up they're all done using the fields, their seasons are over. They should be closing out the billing for that, and I believe in total, we collected about $1,400 from them on the season.
Good.
Old business,
We just bring up the two items I
oh,
asked.
sure,
on.
yeah, go ahead.
So I guess along the lines of the field maintenance thing, I did a little research, cause as I'm thinking about, I also watched last night and, obviously budgets are tight. Our big, the biggest expense item they've seen, or the biggest budget they've seen increase is ours at this point, or will be ours, and you gotta speak to it on the 26th, I don't know if you know that.
Yep.
So, I did a little research. Bedford, went, or redid their field maintenance contracts in 2024, right, last year. They went up 21% in cost. So I think we went in with 30 going as a flat piece.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we
We just
just,
kinda rough estimated, I think.
yeah, I don't know if we wanna use that as a baseline, and again, just to help ourselves as we lower that. So that would end up being
Yeah.
111 versus the 121, so again, it just takes
And
another
then
couple
if
dollars.
we are able to remove brush hogging, that should help.
Should help.
Yeah.
You know, and probably not a ton, cause it's 6 parks 2 times a year, but still making an effort to make some
Yeah.
cuts.
Yep, I would agree with that.
So do we wanna make that change? Cause she said we could change it up, and so when you're
Up till the
presenting, when you're presenting something, at least you can talk to it, and yes, so the 21% increase that they paid, they didn't have any bidders, they had one bidder for it, so they ended up having to change. Vendors, looked about 5% for labor costs, and then about 6% in other increases, and then the 10% cause a different one person. So, I just figured it's a better baseline, so we at least have something
Yeah.
to put
It's a good
ourselves
call.
Well, it's
against.
based on something, so, you know what I mean, not
Yeah.
just what do we think.
Yeah, so,
And then maybe it'll come in a little bit less than 21 if we're
yeah,
cutting out some of it.
I think that's fair.
We probably have some other lines if we look back over the last couple of years too, that, I know this year we tried to put things in the right outline item before going into the revolving fund, so we have a better idea
yeah, and
of
then.
where our numbers.
So then Kim was concerned, the only other comment that she had made when I talked to her, she was concerned that we took our building expense down from 12.5 in the department, in the proposed budget for 2025 down to 4,500. So as we think about talent and, maintaining that building, we did take, $8,000 out of it, so.
Well, part of that is because we also
Have that,
Have that.
we have
Revolving.
the.
Yeah.
yeah, the revolving fund.
Fund to go do it, so.
And we've taken care of some major things with the heating, some of the water stuff, I think,
Yep.
under, the water piping underneath, and we're taking care of the floor.
Taking
So I
care of the
think we have some major things that we've taken care of. I think that was our thought, and then if something major happens, we have that fund.
And it's a way of helping the selectmen with our budget, right? If we can
Yeah.
take all the maintenance part down lower, we still have that other
Yeah.
fund sitting there, and nothing stops us from going and asking for another warrant article to
Right.
increase that fund
Right.
again, right?
Right.
And
Yeah.
we've seen that the town's more apt to give us that, and it also helps them from a
Yeah.
budgeting standpoint.
Yep.
I would agree with
So
that.
it's a way of helping both sides.
Even under like office supplies, I think it's not a big account, but we might be able to knock a couple hundred off, you know what I mean?
Alright, so do you wanna resend this in? Is there anything you want me to take out on top of that? So mileage, $150. I mean, is there stuff you want me to knock off?
Yeah, just I'd say
Yeah,
get
do
rid
people,
of it.
do people get mileage reimbursement?
No,
Leave $1 in it as a
oh
placeholder.
yeah, so then
have to
we
leave a
have,
buck in
it's a
it, yeah.
placeholder.
Yeah.
But I think there's some things we can definitely, and even if it's, $100, it's $100,
It all helps.
it does.
Well, so she said that she updated all the utilities. So that's really, I mean, our utilities,
Okay.
the custodian, we had the wrong amount and therefore, so she adjusted that, which is the difference there.
Is that more expensive or less?
The custodian's more expensive than what was in there for the default. I guess we
Remember
had
we
him
had
at the wrong.
changed him to once a week during non-busy,
Yeah, we changed the
and,
whole
and
cycle.
then twice a week during basketball season. Like, we had made adjustments with that, cause we didn't need him in there twice. Do you remember?
November to March, we had them going at least twice a week.
Twice a week, and
I
then,
think the rest of the time was once a week,
yeah.
because it's
We
not
had cut
utilized.
back because it's
More
just,
than enough sometimes.
Yeah,
So I wanna say she said it was 3 hours a week that is in here, so let me just see if that makes sense.
3 hours a week.
yeah, cause we re-budgeted it when they got a new price for him. We sat there and looked at it
Yeah.
and said, we don't need twice a week all year,
I remember that too.
but during basketball we did. And then,
We almost wanted it Fridays,
Whoever-
Sundays, Friday, Mondays, just because it was heavy usage
if
over
it
the
wasn't a
weekend.
rec event happening in there and it needed extra cleaning, the groups who were using it were supposed to
We were supposed to
cover
pay
the
that.
cost of that, cause we were covering the extra cleanings when it was not a town function.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that's what she's told me, 3 hours a week is what we're paying,
Yeah,
so
3 hours a week,
that's
year round.
year round,
yeah.
yeah.
So we pay them 156 hours.
Yeah.
That sounds, sometimes
Does
you
it
may
take
spend
3
less
hours to
than
clean that hall?
No,
Well,
well, good, I guess.
I think, doesn't, basketball, sweep it? At one point, they were having to sweep
So,
it at the end.
and
I don't remember.
not for nothing, we cleaned that before the baseball, softball,
Yeah,
and it was pretty bad.
Comedy show, yeah, that was
The
pretty
comedy
bad.
show. It was bad. My
Yeah,
good friend of mine spent a couple hours in there,
yeah.
really cleaning it. and he
It's
was
cleanest
like-
it's ever been.
It was the cleanest it's ever been. So it's like, well, we're paying 3 hours a week to really not get it clean. Like,
I mean,
Well-
the only thing they're really cleaning is the bathrooms.
there's 3 stalls
think they're cleaning
and a
the floors.
urinal.
oh, he was in the
And
bathroom for a
sweep the
couple
floor.
hours.
That's where he was the whole time, was in the bathroom. I mean,
So,
we had
I
to
mean,
go
I
in and
don't
check
mean to
on him
call
because of the
somebody
amount
out,
of
but-
bleach we were smelling.
If they need to be called out, they need to be called out.
Yeah.
It shouldn't
Well,
take,
so
He even took the
in,
fixtures down and cleaned them.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It was good.
It was beautiful. It was spotless in there.
so in defense of what you're saying, last year we only spent $36.53. So she's got an extra $900 in there.
so that's probably a pay increase or something?
Does the
900.
price go up?
I don't know. Wait, 3,000 we paid or 3?
3,653 last year.
But again, if we're spending that much money, I really want it to be clean.
Right.
In there, especially if we're paying for 3 hours a week.
Alright, so
Because
I'll,
you're right,
do you want me
there's
to just go
not
back
that
and ask her?
much.
No.
They're not
I
washing
thought
the
there was a-
floor.
Yeah,
They're washing the bathroom floors,
if
but
there was a
not
pay
the
increase or what,
the
but,
hardwoods.
Even if you see he's there for an hour and a half each time, it's,
yeah.
by the time you come in, you come out, you get everything going.
Yeah.
Well, I know he has to bring in his own water because we don't have a sink for him to fill a bucket.
Didn't we put a spigot in for him?
We were
We
supposed
blocked it
to.
off.
The one in the kitchen got blocked off.
I thought we were putting one in for
We're
him.
supposed to put one under the sink in the bathroom.
That's what I thought too. That was
We
part
had a
of,
whole bunch of stuff done. We moved the water heater.
and all that. He was supposed to get a fill hose for the janitor, because that was a
Well,
big
all
discussion.
I remember is that
Yeah, I remember
big
that.
hole in the
Same
wall the
thing.
kids were climbing into.
Because he was trying to get his bucket in the sink and he couldn't get it in and everything, so
Right.
we said, let's put a spigot in there so he could fill it up.
Yeah.
Is there one?
I don't know, but I remember we had a whole discussion about it, getting one in there.
I don't recall
somebody to
seeing
put
one
one
in
in.
the women's bathroom. I don't know if there's one in the men's.
We only need
We'd have
one.
to look. I mean,
Doesn't
that's-
matter.
Alright, so just try to go, $7,400 is the portables. There's $75 in public notices and ads. There's been, I used $435 last year, but prior to that, it was $0. General supplies was $1,500. We've been using 500.
So we could knock some of that, our general supply budget is
Yeah.
high.
So I'll drop that to 1,000.
Yeah,
Trash bag.
The
I
other
think you
part,
can
we're
even go
gonna have to
less.
use money to solicit bids.
so we have
Advertise.
1,500, we've been spending 500.
That's gonna fall in this year.
That'll be this year, I'm just saying, coming in this year's budget, we're gonna have to use that. So next year, depending on how we do, we may not need it next year if we do a multi-year.
Yeah.
Alright,
So we can lose some of general supplies for sure if we're using only a third
so I'll
of it.
go, so 1,000.
I don't even think, I think we could go 800 if we've been using 500.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sometimes we have to get extra trash bags or,
Speaking of that, do you know if there's any trash bags at town hall? Basketball is asking.
if they are on you know where the cubby, the bathroom cubby is? They have that cabinet, they're usually in a box on top there.
The red cabinet.
The ones I got from Kevin are the outdoor ones. I don't leave those in Talent Hall, cause those are expensive ones for people to grab. I usually put the extra ones on the handles outside, but if they need some.
Okay.
If it's for outside, is it for outside?
She didn't say, she said she was looking for them in Talent.
Yeah, they're on
She was probably
top of
lining the outside basket.
outside.
No one's
So
been
I'll
inside
get some
playing,
more out
right?
there on the handles. I'll get those outside sturdy ones. I think I gave you a roll
did, you
too to
gave me a
hold
roll,
on to in case we needed like, so,
And I've been doing that as I empty them and see that they're empty.
yeah, and that's what I do when I go through.
Yeah.
I put some on the handles so that when they empty it, they have one there, so.
All right, $1,000 in equipment repair maintenance, that seems like what we've been using, 800, 900, 1,000. Field maintenance, you guys are comfortable with me dropping that to 21% increase over last
Yeah.
year?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see, PR facility improvements. We've used 0 in 21,
PR?
0 in 22, 0 in
Just like
23.
Public relations. I don't
Parks
know
and
what that
Rec.
is.
It
What?
says playground, so on
What's that?
the note underneath, it says playgrounds, painting and upkeep is $2,500.
So,
So we did mulch historically the last few years. I don't
yeah,
think
that's all been donated.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, don't cut that, cause we have inspection coming up. I don't know the last time our playground was been inspected.
Oh, yeah.
And my thought is also, we've been refilling mulch under the, swings and under the slides where it tends to dent. We may not have the minimum amount required, so we may end up
Okay.
using that, hopefully we don't go over if there's something that doesn't pass inspection, but,
Okay.
Almost always something.
Cause it's a crazy amount, it's like 13 inches or something like that.
you get 14, I believe.
Yeah, it's a huge amount of.
It is, and
Well,
it just breaks down over
A few
time.
years ago, we had a triaxle load dumped there. And I remember we spent like 3 weekends moving it because it was a gigantic pile.
One resident showed up with a little
With a
bucket
tractor.
tractor and everything, it really helped
That
out.
The last few years, we've used the conservation recreation tractor.
Yeah, this was back when we
Him
didn't have
comes
a
over,
tractor,
yeah,
he showed up
dumps
with
it.
one, and
But
it
it
was
was
And
like,
that helps a
Many
lot
yards.
when
Oh, it was a
people
lot.
show up to help.
it was a lot. That was a
But,
lot of mulch removed.
I don't know the last time the playground was inspected, so, we'll probably use that up this year.
Yep.
And depending on what they say, something may go into next year, so I'm not sure if we should keep that.
Okay, that's fine. Equipment
Yeah.
purchase, $500. So just maintenance equipment. I said mileage, what you wanna put $1 in there, it's $150. And the last one is PR program expenses, senior barbecue, Easter egg hunt, Xmas in Litchfield, new fishing derby and concerts. There's $2,000 in there. Doesn't look like we've ever used it.
Well, Spirit of Litchfield has their own fund now.
Has
They
their own
fundraise
fund.
from themselves. We use the fishing derby money. We might have taken it, we might have not known it was in a separate fund because we help $400 at least towards the fishing derby every year.
Yeah.
And then with the ice fishing in the winter. So how much is that fund?
2,000.
I would think 800 or 1,000 is
Well,
enough.
so far we've spent $746.
How much?
Oh, you know what, sorry. I
So
looked at
that
the
price
wrong
went up of the
it's
fishing derby this
494.
year.
Did we take the porta potty for the fishing dirty
Yeah.
out there also?
Yeah,
So why don't we cut it to 15 or 1,200 or something?
yeah. Because
I'd
Spirit
say
of
I'd go
Litchfield
15.
funds.
I'd go 15 to be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spirit of Litchfield has their self-fundraising now. At first they weren't, but now they are.
Alright, so I'll make the adjustments and send it off, so
Thanks,
you
I
can
think
talk
that
to
will
it, and then
help.
that way you can at least talk to what the increase is.
Perfect.
And then the other comment I had, around CIP, so, I hear it from Judy, and we've heard it a couple times over the last couple meetings. Obviously, I think the leagues do a lot of stuff for the fields. It may not be a bad practice to, call it whatever point of the time of the year, call it January, February, solicit the leagues and things that they would like to see done on the fields that they use. At least we can maintain a list by property, and then cause I think it's a shame, going back to what Andy said a couple meetings ago, that, baseball spends this amount of money to do the fields, but we don't know that.
Right.
Or I don't know that, or the town doesn't necessarily know that. So I think it would be good to be able to have, hey, here's this list of things we've identified that need to be fixed or worked on, and hey, baseball's willing to pay for these three things to get done, or softball's willing to pay for these three things to get done. At least we can take it, compile it, put it back to the, you know, to us and say, hey, what do we wanna put money towards our budget for? And then we can also say, hey, what can we solicit for donations to get it accomplished? I just think it might be a cleaner way, and then when we go to CIP, we have a list of stuff that, you know, basically the whole town wants us to work on, so maybe it's a little bit cleaner. So just, I thought it was. an
When I was looking
opportunity
through my
to
stuff
spend,
before I came,
toss
the
out there.
last
That
list
makes
I
sense.
found was in 2023, where we had a list of things we wanted to accomplish and kind of check off throughout the year, but I don't think we did another one after that. Different things at different parks. Most of it was at Para.
Yeah,
But,
okay.
just one thing on the budgets, I think last year budget cut our portables, so it's always been in the back of my mind that might happen again, and to think about how,
I can tell you it will 100% happen.
yeah.
And I
So
say that we go to
either-
deliberative and add it back in.
Well, that's what I was gonna say, we could go to deliberative session, have it
Yeah.
ended if we feel. Peter can speak very eloquently, I find, to the reasons we should have them. I mean, he just, I don't know, he's got it all down pat, but that may be something that they cut, but we all feel strongly that
Yeah,
we don't wanna have people peeing and pooping in the woods because the soccer or softball or baseball, whoever locked the portables they're paying for, you know? Then that leaves who's cleaning up that mess. I'm sure Kevin Brown doesn't want to, and we don't want to,
Or
so-
they're only gonna be there for a couple months
Yeah,
during the season,
right.
you know? And then they'll be pulled out of there,
So-
so you're going for a
And
walk with
then,
your kids
I mean,
and
you
stuff.
do some, you gotta go to the bathroom and you're coaching a team and you go in the woods, then you're arrested for indecent exposure.
Then you
Yeah,
can't pass
well,
a
not
Korean
you.
coach anymore.
But seriously, that is true, it is technically a violation in New Hampshire to
Yep.
do that. I did research it to make sure. It is, so, whether it's enforced or not, I mean, that's just what it is, so we just need to, I think we need to be prepared for that, but I
Agree.
think.
All right, moving on to old business, the carport for the heating unit update. We need to set a date to do that. I think now that the heavy
Yeah.
sports seasons are done, I think we can comfortably set a date, probably sometime in September.
We might be able to even do a thing where if, you know, 4 of us can get there and I can get some more volunteers where we can get up the signs and that cover, you know, at the same time and just get it done.
September 6th works for me.
Can we ever have a work meeting? Like,
Sure.
I mean, we've got all our scheduling done from the fall, and anything we get might be a one-night thing, you know, for the fall. Like, could one of our September meetings be a work meeting? Instead of having to be here
Probably
physically
not,
if we
because
have
it has to be
nothing
public.
pressing. But you can cancel a meeting if it's not, you don't have anything like on the agenda that you have to.
Correct. But if we as a collective whole or somewhere, we should post that we're there as a work meeting.
What
Yeah.
did you say, September 7th?
Otherwise,
Can't
can't
talk
talk
to
to
each
each
other.
other.
Correct.
what time?
Okay, so,
can
but
be
what
there all
I
day,
think, like,
so-
let's say we said we only need one meeting in September, not 2, all our requests are in. So September, I say September 9th, when we're supposed to meet, we don't need the meeting, but since everybody sets that time anyway, maybe that's a night we can get crap done.
Yeah, do we meet at 5:30 and get 2 hours worth of work in
Right.
before we get out of daylight?
Shouldn't used to sit in the parking lot.
I think the only problem is that we have to do the, maintenance contract.
I like
It would
those
be a work,
Yeah.
non-meeting.
Maintenance contract's the biggest thing we have in front of us
We
right
gotta,
now.
and we
Yeah.
gotta do that, although we have one more August meeting, so.
So I'd say 9 AM on the 6th to whenever.
Okay.
If anybody wants it
Saturday?
available.
Yep.
Okay, 9/6,
Not
and we'll
available,
put up the signs and try to do the signs and the roof thing.
Yeah.
Sure.
I can try to wrangle up some extra help. Jason should be out of his boot by then.
Yeah, how's his leg?
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's getting there.
All right, next we have the Talent Hall floor update. So, the construction crew is coming in on the 18th, so next Monday, to, start the work to replace the beam. They're expecting it's gonna take a day, maybe 2, depending on how smoothly it goes. I'm gonna plan on being there in the morning to meet them, to let them in, I can lock it up at night. I don't have an update on the refinishing, yet, cause it was pending when they finished, and I'll try and work to get that. The pickleball's been notified, so they're gonna suspend play for those 2 days, inside talent, so that should be good to go. The gate for, the driveway there at Talent, the boulders have been installed, so that should be all set, that should be done, looks great down there. Both companies are awesome to work with and did a great job. The ropes course, where do we stand with that?
So the low course is done. I checked in with the high school and they're having, actually the company that Ryan Chassis works for, so I checked in with him. The low course is done. They started on the high. It's not all the way down. The group that's doing it is, kind of coming on some of their off hours that they're not working. But I do have the letter for you, cause I won't be able to do the inspection. I'll be on vacation.
Yep.
From the high school with the intent to take it down because the inspector may ask, so, and it may be done by then. The gate is locked, so Ryan has because they have to have the drive-through trucks to drive down through there. He has the code to get through the gate, and we'll lock it back up after. So it's in process. It's not, the school had said like beginning or mid to July, but I was down there one day when they were doing the low course, and then they've moved over to the high course. So it is coming down if the inspector asks on that date. And then that gives us more space. Not enough space for a soccer field, but. But we could, expand playground over
Playground,
there.
yeah.
It's shaded. It's,
Yeah.
even if we just cut paths or
Yeah.
whatever down to the water, so.
Okay, the Roy Memorial Park building inspection, 8:25,
Yeah,
9
so-
AM.
Yeah, so that was, Kim had reached out to us about getting our properties inspected by the end of the year, so, the guy from Primex is, gonna meet me there, 8 AM. It was supposed to be earlier this month, but unfortunately some schedules got messed up, so.
Okay.
So I was
Today,
gonna go
29.
with you, but I won't be able to, 'cause
Yep, no worries.
O'clock on the 25th,
9 o'clock on the 25th.
9
yeah.
AM.
9 o'clock, okay.
Yeah, so anybody's welcome to come, but I'll be there and I'll work through whatever forms he needs me to work through and
Okay.
report back.
Thank you.
Yep.
And then coaches' backgrounds added to the facility requests, form update. We mentioned that it's probably a good idea to have that, just a checkbox on the form to state that their coaches, the league's coaches are background checked with the state.
Well, isn't that kind of redundant, because we already have to have them go to the kids' camp for the state?
We don't request anything of them.
One of our requirements is that the people that have New Hampshire camp are registered.
Not camps, the leagues.
League itself, it's called New Hampshire Camp.
Yeah.
You have to go onto the site and you have to register every year. We can pull up and say who's paid the money, and part of the whole process with the state is saying, you're running a recreational organization, or youth sports, or a camp or something, it says that you have a background check in place.
We haven't required that in a couple of years.
But it's part, I think if you look at our bylaws, it's one of the things that says you have to do
Is
it.
it on the request?
Most of what we do doesn't qualify under the state rules for a
So,
youth.
I know for a
Sports camp.
fact, for rec, because we've been down this whole bunch of times, you have to be registered.
Yeah.
Right, Judy?
Yes.
If it's
Yeah,
a
but
camp,
Your- your
No,
coaches.
even
It's,
rec-
it's
'cause we did
leagues too.
baseball and
They
softball.
call it camp, but it's not just,
Yeah.
it's not like just camp counselors. It's your coaches.
It
Yeah,
just
but
says,
it's
what it says is you have a background in place, so we shouldn't be letting anybody use our facilities with youth if they aren't background checked. And that's something we do with all the leagues, so every one of the leagues has background checks in place.
Where are we confirming that though?
Well, you're supposed to confirm, it's a word of, it's an honor system, when you register with the state, and we say
It's
that
up
you
to the
need to have.
leagues.
Yeah,
Up to
so
the leagues.
the town has recommended we at least add the little checkbox on the form.
But I think
just
we need to do our
cover
due
us.
diligence and get on that site
but
and make
that
sure.
site doesn't do anything either. Like, you don't actually have to prove
Nope.
that you have background checks.
It
You
just
just have
says
to send a check in. for
$25 to
$25.
say, we have one in place.
So, but it's the same as making them check a box on
That's what I'm saying, but I think we should do our due diligence and make sure that the people are registered with the state.
Yeah, so that's what we're saying here.
Yeah.
So what if, Spirit of Litchfield fills out their form, and it's going to be for Christmas in Litchfield, and they have costume characters and Santa and Mrs. Claus.
We went down this
I
path.
brought this up before, saying, so because they are interacting with children on our property, do those people
But, so I think
have to
the,
be, or is it, you're just talking about your coaches?
I think the
And where does it
lawyer,
stop?
Or
with
your
coaches.
scout leaders and your coaches, like,
And
it's
is
a
it
little bit
umpires?
vague.
And is it umpires, and is it every parent
Yeah.
that steps on the field to help
Yeah.
coach? I mean, it's
Right.
like, when did you do it? I think at baseball, at one point, we had the coaches and the board.
Coaches and board.
Coaches and board is what we did. We didn't even do, I don't know even know if we did assistant coaches, did we?
In softball, we did all the coaches.
Yeah.
Softball, we did
Yeah.
both. I think we did assistants. But if a parent jumped in for one night to help out, we didn't do it, cause, you know, somebody's there. And you also gotta look at it. It's not like we're getting these kids, putting them in a car, and we're disappearing together, right? You're in an open space where everybody's around.
so I don't, the town itself, I believe, and Bob might be able to speak to it better than I, but I think from the lawyer's standpoint, Litchfield is fine. The nonprofits take the liability because they're the ones that have the coaches. I think as a recommendation, we were asked just to have it as a checkbox on the form saying, you do background checks.
Correct. And I think it's the same as flipping around saying also, us making sure they're on their New Hampshire
Yeah, well, I think we could,
Skill
follow-
camps.
it's on, it is on the thing, and I know from flag football standpoint, cause I was trying to get it going, I knew that that was a requirement
Yeah.
for you guys, so that's what I did. So we could check that, I think it's just as fine, make sure that people have it.
So are we saying just our sports leagues and scouts who use our property, or anybody interacting with kids who is on the property?
That's what we gotta figure out. I mean, if it's a checkbox in our form, do you have a background check in place?
And it's their responsibility. I don't,
Yeah, so
I just think it's kind of not clear that coaches and counselors or advisors or,
well, I think the term was volunteers, I think is what Kim had put in that email. We associated with coaches, cause it
Yeah,
was rec
volunteers.
leagues.
Volunteers
We're all
is pretty much any,
working at the fishing
anybody
derby.
who
Yeah.
spends
So I don't
an hour
like-
doing anything. So,
But somebody may ask us, and I don't know what the answer to that is.
I would say it's league or association, like, you know,
It's been
scouts.
like, yeah, that's
It's
what
their
we've always done it, but we haven't put it on there,
Appointed
but the
coaches
leagues,
or
it's up to the league to,
So do we wanna go back to Kim and just ask the question, does this pertain to a non-coach setting? Ask the lawyers, and
Yeah.
yeah, so that we're clear on it, I think,
then we'll
you know?
put it on the.
And maybe bring up, you know, we're all volunteers that show up at the fishing derby or ice fishing derby, or, like, does that mean us too, and who covers our background check? Or some of us already may have it through work,
I
does
get
that count?
3 a year.
So-
I know. And I wish they'd all get on the same platform, cause it's
Yeah.
like one, another one, another one, another one.
Just so we're clear and we understand, if the lawyer wants it on there, it's good for us to understand exactly what that means before somebody asks us and we're like,
Yep,
we were just told to put it on.
yep, done.
So, moving on, moving on to other, we've got emails for August, I'm handling those. In September, it's Peter. In October, it's Justin. Our next meeting dates are August 26th, September 9th, and September 23rd.
I won't be here at the next one, I'll be away on vacation, just so.
Joy? Anything else to add? I don't know.
I sent around a picture of the,
Oh, yeah.
heating system.
Yeah, but those
Is
black-
Is that?
I did not see the picture, but
Oh, okay.
I saw your email, I did not see the picture.
Where the vent is, there's black soot going up.
Yeah, there's,
Sisters and I get together with
yeah.
the kids who
When was
are
the
all
last time that was cleaned?
college suit 30 for a few days.
Probably
I-
when it was
I don't
installed,
know.
how many years ago?
Surprise
Yeah.
weekend for
COVID?
anniversary in New Brunswick.
We have a regular cleaning.
Right after COVID?
And then I have a week hiking. So I'm not gonna be home really for 2 weeks.
5 years? 5, 6 years.
Good stuff.
Yeah. I'll be tired when I'm
7 years. It's been a while.
You'll love it.
So, might be worth looking into having it cleaned and inspected.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
we know who installed it?
Maybe clean it before we get inspection.
I think, who was chair at that time? Was it Gannon?
Gannon.
No, it was
Andy?
before him. I think it was
Before
Andy.
him,
Andy
Andy
Collins?
Collins?
Yeah.
Alright, so we wanna follow up
But
to
we
see.
had that, we had that temporary one
You
for a
know, when,
while.
I don't know what part of the inspection will be, but do we know the AED in, Talent Hall when that was last inspected, or who does it?
If fire department goes through and does it, cause we're
They
on
do?
the,
Okay,
we're
so
on their
then we're all set.
rotation. I
Okay.
believe the battery was checked
And it should be fine, if we know we're on their rotation, we don't have to
a year ago,
worry about it.
8
Okay.
months ago. I think is when the battery was checked last, I think was what.
Okay.
So can we
Actually,
reach
I know
out?
pickleball used it for a training
Okay.
over the winter, so I know that it had to be working then.
Can we reach out to Kim to see if the town has anybody they work with for HVAC?
Yeah.
And have them,
Yep.
have them clean it,
Yep.
inspect it. Yeah, or get a quote to clean it and inspect it.
Yep.
Alright, unless there's anything else, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion? Second,
Third.
fourth?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? Alright, we are adjourned.
8:30.
Thank you very much. Have a great night, everyone.